And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
I think this was
Damn. 2 yards.
This was Karan with his failure. That's Kamar and I was about.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he will have a Ravens first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
So he's trying to give me like 2 minutes and I'm coming.
You're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns.
Second time, man. We got it beat, man. You got to get that ball over there. You got 95 throw power. Here, Julian, I need you to play for me for a little while, all right?
Okay.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Mayfield. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
They do the ball.
Mayfield on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And that is knocked away in the middle
I
of the
lost them.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Mayfield on play action.
Oh.
He's gotten a joke here with his big tight end. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll give it to Chubb. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That second down play nets a -4.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Then make something
the Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
I wasn't doing too much better anyway.
Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll set up a throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. Back to throw again. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Open man Boykin, he's got him.
See Boykin.
Baltimore. Miles Boykin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
And what?
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Go, man. Let's go. Let's see if we're ready to play some football, man.
About the 1.
I'm in the mouth.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
See what we got.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
2nd and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. In the first, held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is taken in by Njoku. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And again, it's Chubb. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Go, let's play some defense when it counts, man.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Play some defense when it counts.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb.
Man, y'all freaking
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Now this play was all about the eyes. As he rolled out to his right, he kept one eye downfield and one eye on what was in front of him, and he ended up picking up some pretty good yardage.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now that's a gain of 6 on the first down run. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds or kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete,
say, man, make
now you
tackle.
stop the clock and you've helped out the
Give me out play.
So keep it in the hands
All you gotta do is show up.
Keep grinding clock.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And they'll
All
get him
you
down
gotta do is show up.
short of the 1st. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to
Going
him.
up 13, okay? We still got hope.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead
Got
even
the score
further.
right here.
So 3 points.
Play strong D, give me
that
some.
opening touchdown in this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And they will not
score.
get a chance to return
Play
this
some strong
one as it's
D. Let's
through
go.
the end zone for a touchback.
What beat you going to get beat? What beat you going to get beat?
You can't beat me, dude.
It's not him. No, that was good.
Dude. Son, I beat you by 100 points.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He's going to go for a big play downfield.
Good drop.
And this is going to fall
Good
to the
drop.
ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Come on, fellas. We need a little more time than that in this pocket. Help me out here.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's going to lose yardage here.
Come on.
As they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter.
I can't run
Right
those
now
plays,
in
man.
Baltimore.
I can't hold those.
It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. The Ravens on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll set up to throw.
There.
Going to throw right side here, complete. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mayfield now. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz with touchdown number 2 in the game.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
And the Browns are
Let's go fast. It's still hope.
6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. It's complete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3
busy,
to the 2,
Say.
you would think maybe a few
Get
more
busy, Say.
attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
I got some.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Who that
And they
coming up that
unfortunately
edge
are
on
staring
that?
at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their
We
3rd
come- we-
straight
we
defeat.
get-
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying
Come
don't
on,
give
we
up
gotta
any
score in
big
the next
plays
minute.
now. They've controlled
Let's go.
this game throughout, and all they want to do is
go.
see it through to the end.
There
I
it
think
go.
they let their guard down a
There
little
it go.
bit with that last completion. Sometimes.
And this is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Come on, push that tempo. Push
Sometimes
that
you just gotta
tempo.
marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
12, fella.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. There are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away.
Way to get up. Way to get up.
Can't touch the ball.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
48 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. give. This is Chubb. And he's got room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Chubb with the first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 38, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku.
He is not beaten, bro.
Another nice pick through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Looking for one more possession. That game over.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. A give running right is Chubb. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner, 100 yards or more in a game.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps try to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously
got
a touchdown
1 minute.
would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Come on, Say. Come on, there's only 3 over there. Woo! Get out. Ah!
No room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Come on, Say. I needed you right there. That would have been big, dog.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley.
We got 40 seconds. 40 seconds.
2 yards shy of the
Pick up the
marker.
tempo.
8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his run.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 11.
That ain't a horrible pass.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. There he goes, left side. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got it complete. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time for Cleveland. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Chubb running right.
Good tackle.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? As you give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, force the run. Just make sure you hang out to the football and keep the clock ticking.
In need of
all on you, Rob.
On 3rd down.
Make that tackle, Rob.
The drive, not much sense. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
Good game, good game.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Browns, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.